Guys, we have a big breaking news updates coming out. Do me a favor and share this video. Once again, thank you so much for your support. UK preparing for war. This is coming out from the Prime Minister. I just posted a video not too long ago, but we do have an update. Very important to bring up all these updates. London says its militarization plan is a message to Moscow. Britain is moving towards a war footing with launch of a major rearmament campaign. The Prime Minister Starmer said in a keynote address on Monday. All right, so we are definitely seeing NATO, Europeans, are preparing for imminent war. All right, and like I said, this is an update, and we have a lot more information coming out from this one here. All right, so we're definitely seeing something here when it comes to nation against nation and kingdom against kingdom. All right, so Starmer unveiled his cabinet strategic defense review, which includes an expansive armament program mirroring similar efforts across NATO. So last week, UK Defense Secretary John said London was sending a message to Moscow by allocating billions of pounds of new munition plants, long-range missile system, and other capabilities. Russia has accused Western nations of using alarmist rhetoric to justify shifting public funds towards military spending. All right, nation against nation are building up. All right, guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel, we do have the PayPal link and the Cash App link in the comments box and also the description box. Another way to support the channel is Patreon, $5 a month. We get you access to our live stream once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on this platform. Thank you so much for your support. So we are moving to war fighting readiness. Man, these people are not messing around. We are moving to war fighting readiness. The Prime Minister said at a shipyard in Govan, Glasgow, adding that our defense policy will always be NATO first. He vowed to transform the UK into a battle-ready, armor-clad nation with the strongest alliances and the most advanced capability equipped for the decades to come. This dude is talking about Roman Empire stuff here. We will come together, and us NATO, we will form a military alliance. The comeback of the Romans, possibly. According to Starmer, the overhaul will enable Britain to make its biggest contribution to NATO since its creation. Now, the U.S. is not going to be part of this. I don't think the U.S. is going to be part of it. They're out. He also pledged that the country will become the fastest innovator in NATO, with defense research operating at a wartime pace. The reforms are expected to make the British military 10 times more lethal by 2035, he claimed. The Prime Minister reaffirmed his goal to increase defense spending to 3% of GDP. He framed the effort as replacing to post-Cold War peace dividend with a defense dividend or dividend through the creation of thousands of new jobs in weapons manufacturing, including production of nuclear arms. So once again, the Prime Minister Starmer blamed Moscow for what he called a series of provocation, accusing the bear of menacing the UK, demonstrating aggression. Hold on, stop, dude, what are you talking about? Your land is not being invaded. They're not even touching our territory. You guys just looking for something here. What's going on between again Russia and Ukraine? That's between them too. Why are you guys sounding the alarm? It's like India and Pakistan going at it, and then you got China sounding the alarm. Well, we're gonna get stronger now because we don't trust India. It says here, Starmer blamed Moscow for what he called a series of provocation, accusing Russia of menacing the UK, demonstrating aggression in British waters and driving up the coast of living here at home, harming British workers. Okay, so basically, again, you had Russia ships out there close to their territory. Same thing happens here in America. We see the Russian Chinese bombers close to our airspace, and they're like close to like Alaska territory. So what happens? Canada and the U.S. send their warplanes, escort them, and tell them, "Hey, you're getting too close," even though it's international airspace. Russian lawmaker Alexei has accused the UK of planning an ice war with the bear, noting that there is no difference between the Labour Party and the Conservative Party in their altitude. Commenting on Starmer's pledge to build additional nuclear submarines. Once again, Peskov asserted that no British investment could bring the country to an equal footing with Russia, the US, and the Red Dragon. However, Starmer needs them, those boats, to report his achievements to domestic and international players who stand to benefit financially from the project, he claimed. All right, so once again, this is a very important message. UK preparing for war. All right, give me a second here. We do have some breaking news. Very important breaking news here that was just released. Documents that was released. And these are the peace agreements. Well, like the meeting between Russia and Ukraine. Very important documents was just released. We're gonna see what's going on here. So nation against nation is building up. Do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that notification bell if this is your first time. Thank you so much for your support. Now, you have the Russian state media network TASS has released what is claimed to be Russia's peace proposal. Okay, so this is what we've been waiting for the past 3 hours. So it says, which was presented today to the Ukrainian delegation in Istanbul, Turkey, with the demands even crazier than previous deals that have been proposed by Russia. Some of the conditions of the proposal include, here we go, full withdrawal of Ukrainian forces from Donetsk, Luhansk, Kherson, and Zaporizhia within 30 days of a ceasefire. All right, so these are the territories that Russia annexed back in 2023. The problem here is that this country is not going to accept it. They still believe that this territory belongs to them. So again, I don't know how's that going to work out. That's not going to work. Ukraine is going to decline that. Number 2, international recognition of Crimea, Donbass, and other regions as part of Russia. Ukraine is going to also deny this one too. Even though Crimea, they lost that way back in 2014. But Ukraine is not going to accept those terms. Number 3, Ukraine neutrality. Number 4, election in Ukraine followed by a peace treaty. That's basically saying martial law is going to end, and there's going to be an election. That's what number 4 is. Number 5, ban on redeployment. Ban on redeployment of Ukrainian troops exempt for withdrawal. Number 6, prohibition of nuclear weapons on Ukrainian territory. And number 7, ban on Western arms and intelligence support. And that's what I just mentioned this in my last video. US is taking their equipment, and it seems like they're leaving. All right, so these are man, man, they don't have it in English. Oh man. Okay, so it's not in English, but those are the terms. Oh, hold on. Someone just translated. So there's a translation here. Original images in previous post. Proposal of the Russian Federation. Memorandum on the settlement of Ukrainian crisis. So number 1, international legal recognition of the incorporation of Crimea, the LPR, the DPR, and the Zaporizhia and Kherson region into the Russian Federation. Complete withdrawal of units of the armed forces of Ukraine and other paramilitary formation of Ukraine from their territory. So that's what they are requesting. Number 2, the neutrality of Ukraine, which implies its refusal to join alliances. So basically, Russia's letting them know you're not going to be part of NATO. So neutrality of Ukraine, which implies its refusal to join alliances, NATO, and coalition, as well as a ban on any military activity of third states on the territory of Ukraine and the deployment of foreign armed forces military. Wasn't that already put in back in the early 90s when Soviet collapsed? It says here, number 3, termination of and refusal to conclude in the future international treaties and agreements that are incompatible with the provision of paragraph 2 of this section. Number 4, confirmation of the status of Ukraine as a state that does not nuclear or other weapon of mass destruction. So Russia's saying you guys cannot have none of that equipment. You cannot have nukes. You cannot have nothing that it's cause WW3. With the establishment of direct ban on their acceptance, transit, and deployment on the territory of Ukraine. I got a feeling Ukraine is gonna be like, and they're just gonna rip the paper and say, get out of here. We're not gonna accept this. Number 5, establishment of the maximum number of the armed forces and other military formation of Ukraine, the maximum number of weapons and military equipment and their permissible characteristic, the solution of Ukrainian nationalist formation as part of ACC. Number 6, ensuring the full rights, freedoms, and interests of the Russian and Russian-speaking population, giving the Russian language the status of an official language. Well, again, Ukraine does speak Russian language. I guess they're trying to change that too. When I say they, Western is trying to change the land, changing language. Number 7, legislative prohibition of the glorification and propaganda of, I'm going to skip that name there, guys. I can't say that name. All right, so you have some NAZI, put it like that. All right, so number 8, lifting all current and refusal to introduce new economic sanctions, prohibition and restrictive measures between the Russian Federation and Ukraine. Number 2, resolving a range of issues. All right, so very important documents that's coming out right now. Number 2. Number 11, it says here, comeback damage. 11, lifting restriction regarding the UOC. Number 12, the gradual restoration of, including diplomatic gas communication, including with third countries. All right, so Section 2, terms of the ceasefire. Beginning of the paramilitary forces, including the DPR, LER, and Ukrainian forces of skip that formation from the territory of the Russian Federation, Zaporizhia, and Kherson regions, in their withdrawal to a distance agreed upon by the parties from the borders of the Russian Federation in accordance with the approved regulation. Option number 2, package offer. Number 1, a ban on the redeployment of the armed forces of Ukraine and other paramilitary formation of Ukraine, with the exception of movements for the purpose of withdrawal to a distance agreed upon by the parties from the borders of the Bear Federation. Number 2, termination of mobilization and beginning of demobilization. Number 3, termination of foreign supplies. Again, that's very important. Termination of foreign supplies of military products and foreign military aid to Ukraine, including the provision of satellite communications services and intelligence data. So get your Starlink out of here, man. Number 4, the exclusion of the paramilitary presence of third countries on the territory of Ukraine, the cessation of the specialist and military operation on the side of Ukraine. Number 5, guarantees of Ukraine reunification of sabotage and subversive activities against the Russian Federation and its citizens. Number 6, creation of a bilateral center for monitoring and control of the ceasefire regime. Number 7, mutual amnesty of political prisoners and release of detained civilians. Number 8, the abolition of martial law in Ukraine. You got to get rid of martial law, so that way we could get rid of Zelensky and have a new election. Wow, it's some very good stuff in this very good stuff in this what do you call this again? The full text of the Russian memorandum. All right, so number 9, announcement of the date of election of the president of Ukraine and the Verkhovna Rada, which must take place no later than 100 days, wow, after lifting off martial law. Number 10, signing off the agreement on the implementation of the provision contained in Section 1. Section 3, sequence of steps and timeframes for their implementation. Number 1, commencement of work on the text of the agreement. Number 2, declaration of 2-3-day ceasefire to collect the I'm gonna skip that name there. I'm just gonna spell it BODIES of the passing in the gray zone. Number 3, transfer of the US 6,000. Wow. Again, like I said, I'm gonna skip certain words here, guys. I can't say too much. We're gonna end it here. Number 6, holding election forms. So again, this is where we at right now. What are your thoughts? So UK preparing for war. At the same time, you have Russia and Ukraine. They're trying to end this war, but I don't think Zelensky is gonna accept this. He's gonna be like, absolutely not. There's a lot of stuff here. No, it ain't gonna happen. So I got to excuse me. I have a strong feeling that this is not going to end good. Give me a second here, guys. I just want to refresh the page really quick. See if there's any updates here. Okay, so far this is all the information here, guys. yeah, this is all the information. All right, guys, do me a favor, share the video. And again, thank you so much for your support. I will keep it updated on these nation against nation and kingdom against kingdom. Check out the videos I posted today. The links will be in the comments box. For those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Once again, guys, $5 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put faith and trust in Jesus Christ. For He's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.